forward, you guys may be in trouble. What's going on, you guys? David here. If you guys are new to the channel, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And let me go ahead and introduce myself. Again, I'm David. I have a 2017 Ford Mustang GT, code name Bandit 50. And we got that out of the way. Look, guys, pretty sure due to the title, you know what I'm going to talk about. Now, I hate bringing negative attention to the Mustang or Ford in general. I mean, I love the Mustang, I love Ford as a brand, and I hate bringing anything negative to that. But there's something going on here, guys. Kind of a really trending subject right now, especially with the 18s. But really, it kind of, you know, covers every year of the Coyote. Now, there's around the community, around the Mustang community, especially, you know, the GTs with the Coyote motor, is something called a Coyote tick. And that is a tick coming from the motor out of nowhere, pretty much. Generally happens after your first oil change, and nobody can seem to explain where it's coming from. Pretty much, you know, from when the Coyote motor first came out in the Mustang till the 18, it's been a well-known thing about the Coyote tick. Now, you got these guys with these 18s, you know, and they're going back to the dealership and complaining about the tick in the motor. You actually have a couple of Coyotes that have actually, you know, since almost pretty much blown up. But this could be a bigger problem than any of us are actually looking at, okay? So what's happening here seems to be a tick coming from the bottom end of the motor, okay? Like I said, generally happening after your first oil change, and nobody seems to know why, okay? Oil pressure's not dropping. You know, compression's good, everything seems to be fine, but yet there's a tick in the motor. And what they're, you know, finding is that, you know, it is actually happening at the bottom end of the motor, and a lot of these guys with the 18s are having short blocks replaced. If you don't know what a short block is, difference in short block, long block, I mean, it's covered all over YouTube. I'll go ahead and explain it. Short block is pretty much just the bottom part of the block. It doesn't have your heads or anything else attached to it, just the bottom part of the motor, pistons, cam, or crankshaft, all that. Long block is the entire thing. So Ford's solution right now is to go ahead and, what's going on here? Their solution right now is to go ahead and replace these short blocks, okay? And in cars that only have 4,000 or 5,000 miles on these 18s, you know, and this is becoming a very trending thing, and it's not just happening one or two cases, it's happening a lot. And that's pretty worrisome for me, because eventually it's going to come down to the point where research is going to have to be done. And if it does come out that there was a bigger problem, then what is Ford going to do? Are they going to issue a recall? Are they going to do it just for the 18s? Or are they going to do it for the whole, you know, model years that the Coyote's been out and that this problem's been happening? And if that is the case, that is a lot of money to put out in a recall. You know, and not only that, if you had everybody with a Mustang that had a ticket and come to the dealership to go get a motor replaced, do you know how swamped that would make the dealerships? You know how much of a weight that would be on, you know, customers, you know, complaining about the tick? I mean, that would be, you could be months out just trying to, you know, get the problem fixed. I have heard that you can put an additive in there and it takes away the tick, but that is not a solution. Okay? Putting an additive in to take away a tick in a motor, you know, personally, I don't know what this additive is, but that's not a solution. That's a cover-up. That doesn't take care of the problem. If you just put an additive in and the tick goes away, that's not fixing the problem. That's masking the problem. So what's going to happen when you put 30, 40, 50,000 miles on this motor? Are you going to, you know, have a hurt motor that needs to be replaced because of a problem that shouldn't have been there in the first place? You know, and then you're way out of warranty. What are you going to do then? You're going to fork up the money? You're going to go to Ford and say, man, I had this tick in my motor and, you know, I brought it there and they, you know, they don't know why, and they, you know, and now all of a sudden I got 40, 50,000 miles on my motor and I need a motor. What? You're out of warranty. Are they going to honor your, you know, are they going to honor your problem because it happened way before? No, I wouldn't. If I was a company, you know, that's, I own a Mustang. If I have a tick and I go out of warranty and my motor blows up or my motor fails or whatever, or I start consuming a whole bunch of oil or whatever the case may be, and I need a motor, yet you knew about the problem, but yet you won't honor it, that's going to put a sour taste in my mouth. I believe that'll put a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. So Ford may be in trouble on this one. Anyway, for all you guys that have Coyote motors out there, I think the Coyote came out, late 11 or 12 on up all the way up to the 18, I do believe it is. If you have a tick and you are within your warranty, 3 years, 36,000 miles or whatever your extended warranty, if you bought it, whatever, go get it checked out by the dealership. At least put in a claim, at least have it on record, something, so that if your motor does end up failing or whatever the case may be, and you need a motor, you can go back to them and be like, look, I had this problem, I brought it in several times, y'all didn't fix the problem, now I need a motor. Hopefully that way they'll actually honor that. You know, that, and that way it saves you and saves your pocket. Man, this might be a bigger problem than anybody actually really thought. And everybody always says, oh, it's just a Coyote tick, don't worry about it. You can put an additive in it and make it go away. It's not the answer. It's not a good answer at all. Ford, I believe you need to really, really look into this. Find out why these motors are failing. If it is a part that can be fixed within the motor, then put out a recall, get us in there, fix our cars,